Hey everyone, how's it going? So, what are the three signs that indicate that you may be going through a higher self integration or getting ready to go through, more likely? Um, I thought it would be a good idea to share some of the three key things that come up before that integration happens. And before we do that, I want to briefly describe what I mean by higher self. Higher self is the capital S self, it's your soul. So your higher self is your soul. They're the same thing. And your soul, to define soul, your soul is what is the energy that surrounds you, that contains the physical body. So you are out, your soul is bigger than just you yourself. There's your lower self, smaller case s, which is aligned with your personality and ego. Okay. Then there's your spirit. I call it the lower S spirit, which is connected with your heart. And then there's the higher S spirit, which is divine or God or the universe, whatever you would like to call it. So your soul connects with spirit. Your own spirit connects with soul, and your lower self is one that kind of operates your world in this 3D realm. And the whole point of going to a higher self integration, into really knowing your soul and understanding who you are, and to integrate that beautiful wisdom, there needs to be a growing awareness, and you're moving from 3D consciousness, from lower self, to 5D consciousness, higher self. Now, it doesn't mean, oh, this is the fifth dimension, but it really is more a way of consciousness, a way of seeing, a way of perception. And there's definitely more and more consciousness levels that occur as you integrate with your higher self. So what are some of the signs? There's three. Let's talk about the first one. The first one is the most important, and this one could take many years. This is the one where you find yourself, oh my gosh, I'm doing all the work. This is tough. It's hard work, because what it is, it's all about releasing the shadows that you have. And what I like to call it is you're releasing your inner attack mode. And by that, you're releasing the desire to get frustrated easily, to attack others, to attack yourself. So it's releasing of all of those negative thought forms and patterns. So it could be that maybe you yell at people when you're driving in the car. A movement from that to a less attack mode would be you are okay with what is happening as you drive, and you allow people to move within your world without attacking, without creating that distance, because you realize that when you attack others, you're actually attacking yourself. You just ruin the mood for the day for yourself and whoever else is in the car. So this involves it can involve a lot of therapy. It can involve a lot of energetic healing, going to Reiki masters, going to get EMDR treatments with your therapist. It could mean going on different retreats, meditation retreats. It's all of that work, because that work is then just releasing all the junk and crap that your personality, your lower self, has decided to accept as truth. And so now you're releasing it because you know there's more. So in order to see more, to connect with your higher self, this other stuff has to go to make room for it. So you may call in your angels and your guides to help assist you with removing some of those parts, or at least being made aware of them, so that you can get the assistance and healing you need to remove them. Tapping is also one way that people use to help them. So that's the first and the most important sign that you are moving towards integrating with your higher self. The second sign is that you recognize that your soul has a purpose. And this is really important. And this is where color comes in to really be the bridge for you, because each soul is born into light, right? We all come from divine light. the soul does. And just like a rainbow, when you see that light in the sky refracted, you see all the multiple colors that are part of that light. The same thing happens when our souls are born. We are refracted from divine light. And I love how color is used to kind of explain this uniqueness of the fact that you are unique, yet we are all one. It helps you to see it a lot easier and better. So the really cool thing is that you are refracted from divine light. So you have your own unique soul color. And this color has a purpose, it has a meaning, and it's there to support you and to help guide you. It's basically your guiding light. And when you pay attention to it, lots of synchronicities and really unique things start to happen for you. Your spiritual path gets clearer. The openness to integrating with your higher self, you start to see that. You start to become more conscious of your soul. You start to really, you're not fully integrated, but you are definitely getting aligned by using your soul color. And I have on my website, there's an article, which I'll link below, with the overviews of each of the soul colors. And if you want to learn more about your soul story, and all the other colors that support you, then you can certainly book a special reading with me. But that's on my site for you to check out. So that's the second sign, is you're knowing your soul color, knowing that your soul has a purpose and being really connected that way. And then this third sign, and this is a big one, and it's almost like they happen incrementally, and they may happen at the same time, but typically not. And usually the final third sign is kind of the final third step. You start to receive a call to work with an ascended master. And what I mean by ascended master, somebody that's lived here on earth that was a big teacher. So it could be Jesus, it could be Mary Magdalene, it could be Buddha. But this is like, I'm talking the big guns. And this not as just simply them coming to you in meditation and saying, here are the keys to the universe. It's not like that at all. In fact, it's not just one visit. It's consistent, and it's a calling that keeps pulling at your heart. It's one that you can't deny. So for example, when I was called to work with Mary Magdalene, it wasn't like she kept showing up for me, although she was. It was a pulling that I have never felt before. And I was actually called to go to the south of France to basically take a pilgrimage and follow her steps. The story goes that after Jesus was crucified, she left for Egypt and then left for the south of France and finished her days in France. So I wanted to follow those places, those caves that she was purported to be in, and see the remains that the church, the Catholic Church, says are hers, and to just kind of go through that whole thing and to really follow her footsteps and to find out for myself. And so I did that, and the calling was so beyond. It's like, when you're called to do something, to work with a certain ascended master, it doesn't matter what roadblocks are there. Like, how am I going to get there? What am I going to do with my life if I'm going to be gone for 3 months? What is this going to entail? Everything falls into place to make it happen. It's almost like you just don't have to worry about anything. Spirit will take care of it. When you are called, and nothing else matters. And so So this is really important, because what occurs for you is going to be different for everybody else. But I think we kind of go through the same things, but what happens after is a full integration with your higher self, with your soul. And there's such beautiful gifts that come forward from that integration. And I'll talk about 3 of those really important gifts next week. But for now, just know that these 3 steps or signs are really critical in knowing that they occur for you in order to integrate with your higher self. Blah. It's like, what happened with that sentence? All right. I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.